Good morning, Detroit. You better plan for a little extra time driving today. We've got a lot of problems out there. I-75 at the 696.
Watch for backups on the Lodge Freeway. There's a stalled car on the right-hand shoulder. Police should have that moved off to the side by 8:30 or so.
There is a place in Michigan that is far away from traffic jams and crowded stores. A place where the pace of life is a bit slower, where pride is taken in things made by hand. Plastic is a foreign word here. So is texting, blogging, and G4 networks. You may have passed through here, noticed the horse and buggy meandering down the roadway, or smelled the breath of wildflowers and fresh-cut hay. It's right here where the very best cheese is made and sold. The traditions and lifestyles of the people who live here are what make this slice of Michigan so good, and the products that you get here so great. This is Amish country. Farm Country Cheese House is at the center of it all. Rich, creamy cheese made by hand, the same way that it has been made for hundreds of years. No chemicals, no preservatives or antibiotics, just pure, fresh, wonderful cheese.
For what goes into this from the time the fields are tilled by horses or with horses, the crops are planted with horses, harvested by hand, filled the silos to get the cows through the winter time, to hand milking, to hand carrying the cans to the truck, from it being hand dumped into the cheese house, by hand shoveling the cheese, by putting so much of the time into it, of the hard work. That's what brings out the flavor and the quality and the texture of our cheese.
Farm Country Cheese House makes cheese from the milk produced at Michigan Amish farms. Over 100 of them. At these small dairy farms, the cows are raised following Amish traditions and practices. No hormones or steroids. They're grass-fed and hand-milked. Visit and you can watch as milk that was pulled 30 minutes ago is made into cheese right before your eyes. Talk to an artisan. He'll tell you that if it's not good enough for his young children to eat, it's not good enough for you. Talk to the young mother who has just finished shopping at a nearby supermarket. She'll tell you that she only buys cheese from here, even if it means making an extra trip. Talk to a state of Michigan inspector. He'll tell you that every standard is met or exceeded here, and that this cheese is as good as any cheese in the world.
The quality is what I keep coming back for, because it's not overly processed. It's a natural product, which is something that's important to me and my daughters.
We make over 28 different flavors of cheese here. White and yellow cheddars from mild to sharp, Colby, marbled, and Monterey Jack. We also have a variety of flavored cheeses using locally grown herbs and seasoning and farm-raised meat. Try our habanero pepper cheese or horseradish, olives, bacon, even truffles. You're invited to try them when you visit. But a visit here to Farm Country Cheese House can be more than just a trip for cheese. This is a wonderful community. You'll find the Amish folks here are warm and inviting, and just a bit shy. They live and work here in an atmosphere that recalls days of old. An artisan community, craftsmen and women creating goods by hand, with skills taught from generation to generation. You'll find bakeries with the freshest breads and pies that steam with apples and peaches picked that very morning. Visit furniture stores with chairs, tables, and beds that are as fine and sturdy as the men and women who make them.
Everyone knows the theory behind it. It's impeccable. I mean, the time they put into it, the lumber, the quality of what it is normally cut right at a mill that's within the community here, is being cut by a mill run by another Amish. So it's still, we're all keeping it together to survive.
Buy a rug that took a woman 40 hours to make. You'll cherish it for 40 years, and your grandchildren will use it for 40 more. It's an easy place to find. Farm Country Cheese House is located just south of the village of Lakeview, about 30 miles southeast of Mount Pleasant. If you're in Detroit or Chicago or Indianapolis, you'll use less than a tank of gas to get here and home again. Spend a few hours with us, and it won't matter what it costs anyway. As some folks might say, this experience is priceless. If you can't make it here, that's okay too. We are sold in the finest specialty stores in your neighborhood, and we are online at www.farmcountrycheese.com. Farm Country Cheese, artisan cheese made from Michigan's Amish countryside.